like I'm floating in space
Mm-hmm.
and just everything's just dark. But I asked my guides to come in
Mm-hmm.
and be here with me.
And
And I asked any important messages if they needed to come through.
okay, so do you sense your guides over you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So you have many guides. Who do you sense?
Well, I have my wolf and my grandmother.
Your grandmother, okay. And who do you want to speak first? Is your wolf or grandmother?
My grandmother. Her
Okay.
name is Guadalupe, but I always called her Abuelita Lupe
Abuelita.
for grandmother Lupe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, dear grandma, thank you for being here today with Susie. Uh, please speak through her mind and through her lips right now. Switch. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here today. Do you want to say anything to your granddaughter, Susie?
Mm. Estoy orgullosa de ti, which means I'm proud of you.
Are you guiding her?
Yes.
Do you have any message for her?
The beauty of life is in the unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
Like a river, it flows and it takes us down paths we could never imagine. And we meet, and there's experiences that bring us to the trueness of who we are.
Now back to Susie. Susie, do you have any questions for your grandmother? Perhaps maybe you want to ask her something about, business, how to go, like where you want to go, what steps to take. Would you like that?
Yes, but that doesn't seem important right now.
Okay. Okay, so
I
mhm,
I asked her to tell me about the beauty of life,
mhm.
and she told me that like a poem. I was translating it from Spanish to English in my mind.
It's beautiful.
She she wants me to know
Hmm.
that she's proud of me.
Maybe you can ask her something like, what is it like to live in, the spiritual plane? Are you curious about this?
Yes.
What do you want to ask your grandma about this?
She's funny. I asked her in Spanish, ¿Cómo es estar en el más allá? Which means, what's it like to be in the beyond? And she goes, well, it's a little far. she's just, she's playing with words. But even though she says that it's a little far, like as if it was down the road, I know she means that she's everywhere. Or she can be everywhere now. That she's free
Okay.
to be
I have a question.
everywhere.
If you just curious, like
Yeah.
what is like life there? What does it do?
Mm. She said that life is a series of lessons,
Mm-hmm.
and that when you go through them, there's no pressure to complete them. There's no pressure to do anything in life. If you don't learn the lesson, you can choose to come back. There's no pressure to do anything. But since she has transitioned and she's on the other side, that because
Mm-hmm.
when you move to the other side, when you cross the veil, you know a lot more things are revealed to you, so that it is an honor and a joy to help others, to be a guide.
Um. Well, you like on other session you said that also your sister who passed away, she's also your guide, and now also is your grandma. So how they are they together there? Like they're working together?
Yes, she said that you can have many guides, that your guides, so when you come to Earth, you have a special purpose,
Mm-hmm.
or you make an agreement to go through experiences, and that your guides are here to help you, because they know that being a human is very dense. We're in a very dense reality, so we need help. And
So how does it work? I mean, do they hear you call, I need help? They like always surround you and giving you like thoughts and insights. Like what is in like messages?
yes, so when we come to Earth and we have our mission and our experiences that we're going to go through, our guides
I mean, does it?
can choose to come and help us,
Mhm.
because we need help on our journeys. But also, it's not because we're not capable, but it's because we have guides that are like tour guides, that they come. If you've never been to a place before, they can come and show you and guide you. And depending on your mission, you can have different guides, or you can have lots of guides, but they're specific to what you're doing in your life. So you can have a guide that comes with you for 10 lives,
Mhm.
because maybe you're learning compassion in every single one of those lives. Or maybe you have a guide that only comes to you for an hour or for a day, because you're doing something in that time where they need you,
So what about
or you need them.
what about your grandma? Is she become your guide after she passed on, or she was always your guide in previous lifetimes?
uh, this is gonna mess with some of you. She's my grandmother living, and she's also my guide in the
She
world beyond.
she
Because
okay. She's still living, right? She's alive.
no, she's passed on.
She's passed on. Okay.
But while she was alive, she was still my guide.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are all part spirit and part human,
Mm-hmm.
and we can exist in both at the same time. But being a human is only part of being spirit.
No, it doesn't stop my beliefs. I actually totally believe in this.
How was that?
No, actually, yeah, I do believe in this. It's only like small percentage of your um spirit essence is in a human body.
Yes. So she can be in both places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
She can have what some people, I guess, count as their higher self, which is just their spirit, their more connected part of their being, be everywhere in the universe. And so she is here with me
Are you
while
from?
she's non physical.
Mm-hmm. So are you from the same soul family, soul group?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And when you do you see your grandmother right now, or how do you perceive her?
In gentleness, like when I'm gentle,
Mm-hmm.
um, when I get the opportunity to be gentle.
What about right now? How do you perceive her?
I am reminded of her, like, but there's a photograph that I love about my dad and my grandma,
Mm-hmm.
and when I think of her, I think of that photograph.
And when you think of your grandmother, what color is she associated with? Like her aura, what color is it?
I'm not getting a color, but I'm getting like roses, like plants, roses.
Roses.
Yeah, like her gentleness is like the softness of a petal of a rose.
It's beautiful. It's like pink rose, or like what color rose?
Between pink and red.
Mm-hmm. Okay, beautiful. So do you have any more questions for your grandmother?
No, I,
Okay.
I'm just so glad she's here, that she gets to help me. Oh, yes, I do. I've been so curious about my ancestral lineage,
Mm-hmm.
and I've asked her.
Okay.
She says that we come from a long line of strong women, women who had to make their own way and stick to their guns, women who didn't back down. She says that I too embody that resilience.
Is your grandmother is planning to incarnate anytime soon?
She already has.
Mm. Do you want to know more about this, or it's not something you wanna?
She already has, or she has already made the choice to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like she's gonna come back as a woman.
Is it a woman in your family or somebody
Yes,
in your family? Mm-hmm.
maybe my daughter, or
How interesting. Mm.
the choice has been made, and I don't know if she's already stepped in or is going to step into a body. But whenever you asked that, it was yes.
Great. Is there anything like she wants to tell us about this? More details, if that's allowed at this time.
Mm. There's this beautiful, like, light purple energy
Mm-hmm.
or color, like around this little girl that's gonna be born.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she's gonna remember a lot.
From her past life, from spiritual plane.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
gonna remember.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be born more connected than before.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's like an upgrade.
So children that are born like this days, they have like this upgrade. They they connected more. Is it true for all children or only like some children?
Well, every time we die and we choose to reincarnate and come back,
Mm-hmm.
we come back better, meaning we're more connected, or like we were just born better than the last generation, but not like better. It just means we remember a little bit more, and we remember a little bit more, and that all humanity needs to remember. All humanity needs to go inside and listen.
Yeah, but what about like some like karmic debt from previous lives, or like lessons that people didn't go through in previous lives? They have to like do them again. Is it still gonna go around, or?
It is your choice when you come into the new life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to carry and finish what maybe was unfinished in a previous life, or if you don't. But there is no pressure.
There's no pressure.
There is no pressure.
So if you didn't learn the lesson in previous life, you don't have to repeat it again if it's not your choice.
Not if you don't want to.
Mm.
You can come back to it later or in another life
But
or
still,
learn something different.
you like at some point you have to go through this lesson again. Is it true?
Yes and no. We can make contracts
Mm-hmm.
to see, for example, if I make a contract with somebody to be wronged in this life,
Mm-hmm.
it is because I chose that experience to learn something about myself. But I always have the choice, so I give permission, even if I forget in this life. So you always have the power to make that choice. Sometimes you can be the receiver of that lesson or the giver of that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can even choose to reverse that role in different lives with other people. I just want to talk to her for a little bit and tell her that I love her. Hmm. She says that I'm doing a good job with my work, with working with
Mm-hmm.
Elle, that I'm doing a good job of teaching her and helping her upgrade her energy because she learns from me. But that I teach her how she could manage her emotions. Even though she's just a little girl, she understands so much.
That's you're talking about your future daughter,
No, right now I work with a little girl.
this little girl. Who is this?
She, um, I'm her nanny, so
I
I
see.
take care of her.
Okay.
I'm just feeling like this energy, like I'm in a canoe and somebody's rocking it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
My stomach's feeling a little queasy, and I'm getting the chills.
Is your grandmother still around? She's with you.
She's here.
Mm-hmm. So, can I ask your grandma why why does she why did she choose to incarnate again at the same family to be a future daughter?
She likes us.
Mm-hmm.
She said that
Did she had like
that
a okay?
she's very in tune
Mm-hmm.
with the mission of this family, and that
Which is what?
there's something important we have to do together. That the way we love us is an example. The way we love each other.
Mm, wonderful. But
But
if
there's also something that she can't tell me because I'm not supposed to know yet.
okay, but before she made decision to become your daughter, like a member of the same family, uh, did she had other choices, or this is the only choice and she got?
She said that a leaf on a branch doesn't want to jump to another branch. That she's in tune. Her energy is in tune because she's been in this branch for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to continue. Like every time she comes back, it's a step forward in the right direction. And that she wants to continue her work in this on this branch because she's become a specialist in doing this. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's in tune.
In tune. But that would be like different experiences, different kind of like learning on different branches. Isn't that so?
Yes.
So does it mean that souls tend to incarnate in the same families?
Yes. Because their energy matches and their purpose matches. Their intentions match.
I see. Is it possible though to that soul incarnates at the same time in different bodies?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. what happens if like two people who share the same uh, higher self meet? Is it possible?
Yes, yes, she said that our human understanding is very limited because we think about things having uh, things not being totally. She said that because we know we live in a scarcity mindset that we think there won't be enough to go around,
Mm-hmm.
but that our higher self is everywhere all at the same time in every single place. So it's two fractals can be at the same time and be supported because that's how abundant we are.
Mm.
She said that everything is happening all at once, that all the past lives, all the future selves are happening in the same moment because there is no time.
Um, okay, I've heard about concept of twin flames. Can you like say specifically what does it mean, or is it like really exist?
Yes, they're just people who have made a contract before they jumped into their lives. And I'm getting the image of like two children that are about to jump out into the lake
Mm-hmm.
and they hold hands before they jump because they want to go together and that there's something that they want to experience together, just like the children want the experience of jumping into the lake together.
Mm.
And that sometimes when you jump, you have to let go to swim, but when you come back up, you find yourself and you laugh because you did it together.
Yeah, I've heard something um, like if like usually one twin is incarnated and another one in like different dimension watching over. So I guess it could be like different scenario, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to what she said earlier, she said you always have the power of making the choice. But you always know. It's just when you come into this life you forget. So you have to remember.
But if you remember, doesn't it like eliminate il- the lesson though? If you remember why to go through lesson, then
You remember in the moment. Like, it's kind of like deja vu when you do something twice and you're like, oh, I've been here before. It's the same feeling. Oh, I feel like I've known this person for 100 years. Oh, I've been here before. Oh, I know exactly what to do in this moment.
mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Thank you so much. Just it's actually fascinating. Um, can you tell us more about spiritual life, about your journey, whatever you want to share?
Mm, There's there's strong native blood, like native Native American blood in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And their understanding comes with me. Like their knowledge and their understanding is shared with me.
Okay, Susie, what are you feeling right now or seeing? The more you talk, the more it's gonna be recorded. You can watch it later. Remember?
She says that mistakes are also experiences that you learn from, that you have to forgive yourself and move on with love and grace, to share love and grace with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That it takes courage to start a new venture, like a new project.
Yeah.
But if that idea has been given to you, that's because the idea thinks that you are also a person
Mm-hmm.
that could help it be birthed into this life. Like Rumi says, what you seek is seeking you.
Oh, I
That
see.
is very true. There's a magnet and you attract.
Okay. Because it is kind of resonate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the idea can find you capable of bringing it,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, of bringing it into this life. When you think of something beautiful to paint, paint it.
Mm-hmm.
There are no mistakes. There's just, you can never do anything wrong
So
because
when
it's all learning.
I have a like strange question, maybe not strange. So when idea and project like needs like supporters or someone who actually like bring it to life, does it mean that idea before it actually like become like real physical thing, does it mean it has like energy, structure, like consciousness on its of its own?
Yes,
Okay, I see.
because everything is divinely inspired.
Hmm. So does it mean if I paint something, something comes to my mind, this painting already like exists somewhere in other dimension? It has like,
Yes,
okay.
painting is channeling.
Hmm. What about
You
things?
channel, you channel the idea into this world. You're
Okay,
the bridge, you're the conduit,
okay.
you're the tool for which, and they use tools with the air quotes
Hmm.
because you're much more precious than a tool, but you are how the idea chooses to come in.
What about things that handmade? Like
That too.
it has it, like everything has consciousness.
Everything has a vibration, everything is humming,
Hmm.
everything has movement. They have different densities, right? Because the density of water is very different than the density of pottery, but it is still vibrating, it is still moving,
No, I understand this, but what
it
about?
is still singing in its own song.
But sometimes like for example, technology. Like sometimes my computer, I feel it's like has mind of its own. Like misbehaving sometimes. Does it does it mean it has like its own consciousness? He wants to like help me or be stubborn. Like sometimes things um kind of like objects. they love the owners or they just break and apart. So does it, do they make any sense, or it's not true actually?
Yes. And she says that sometimes when we're in a hurry and things don't work,
Mm-hmm.
that's a sign for us to stop and slow down and take a deep breath
Mm-hmm.
and breathe. It'll get done anyways. It always does. But it is more important to them that we stop and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So like objects actually like sense if we have kind of like destructive energy around us, that we need to they stop working properly, if we need to stop and just regain our energy back, be calm. That's what you say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A consciousness here is different. Like, it's different and it's not different. It's all made out of the same things. Everything's made out of. Right?
Okay.
But we have our own consciousness, meaning our higher selves, ourselves in this world, our divinity
Yes.
is connected to their divinity. So while they may operate at a different level, our guides can also step in and deliver messages or channel through the
I
objects
see.
themselves.
Okay.
So, like, sometimes when somebody passes away that's important to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden you see a bird at your window that won't leave,
Yes.
they are channeling that special being for you. Or when you think about a person and they call you, that's also inspired action because you're making a connection, just like you're making a connection with the bird and your being, your special relative.
But then you have to know how to interpret signs.
Most people don't believe,
Mm-hmm.
but there are signs everywhere. There's magic everywhere. It is only because people second guess themselves and doubt themselves that they think it cannot be. But the answer is always yes. Yes, they're always talking to you. Yes, it's a sign. The answer is always yes. It is the human mind, the tool that rationalizes and and wants to make things more familiar to us
Mm-hmm.
by making us doubt.
Okay. Thank you. Um, do you have, dear grandma, do you have any advice for Susie, like in her current life? She's like thinking about mm, business. Maybe you have some advice for her, how to go about this, like what she needs to know.
It will flow. It will be. It will make sense. It will be easy when the idea comes. ideas. Honor the idea.
She already has some ideas.
She won't be successful. She can do it. She has to be brave and courageous and not doubt. When something happens, she can pivot and adjust. We were talking to her about this the same way a cheetah chases its prey, it never loses eye contact. It's always looking directly at its prey, but its body is adjusting and moving and turning. And so, too, one must keep the focus, but be willing to adjust just the way the cheetah's body adjusts direction.
That's beautiful symbology there. Thank you. Okay. Um, dear grandma, can you scan Susie's body to see if anything needs to be aligned or if there are any blockages?
She needs to drink more water.
Mm-hmm. More water, okay.
And she needs to breathe deeply. Fresh air. Her knees need a little love.
What's there? Why?
They just creak and make funny sounds.
How does she give them more love?
She needs to bring her awareness to her knees and just show them compassion and love. Drinking water will help.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She also needs to stretch just to move around, exercise, and feel like she's in her body more. She's very capable. Dancing really helps.
Mm-hmm.
Being silly, shaking the joy inside of your body is very good. Her stomach is a little queasy from the energy. We want to bring green light into the stomach.
Okay. Can you help her, please, to remove the squeeziness? And let's bring green light, the community green light, to soothe this feeling. So your stomach feels wonderful, relaxed. Just feel this green light inside your stomach. Just spreading, coming down your stomach. And also this light goes inside your knees, bringing all this life and energy to your knees, to your joints. How are you doing right now, Susie?
Pretty good.
Is there anything else?
Yes, she was thinking of her friend who lives halfway around the world, and she's just gonna send him energy,
Mm-hmm.
send him some love.
Okay. Okay, tell me everything what's going on.
She just thought about this friend. She's just surrounding him with love. And she's telling him that she misses him,
Mm-hmm.
but that she's happy that they're friends.
Very good.
She loves him very much. Mm. You're complete.
Complete. Excellent. Can I ask another question though?
Yeah,
Do you have any advice for me, for Valentina?
yes. You need to sing more.
Sing?
Yes.
I'm not much of a singer, I'm afraid.
It doesn't matter. It's the intention, the vibration that matters.
Okay, thank you.
You're a lovely little bird, and the universe delights in hearing from you. You're not small or insignificant. What you bring to the table is beauty, grace, compassion, courage, light. All these things that you think don't matter is because you operate in them, or things that you're not aware of because you're already doing them. And to you, they might not seem important,
Hmm.
but they are. They're very important. Um, is there something going on with your right ankle?
I don't feel anything weird there. But what's there?
Well, I I just got the, it may not be physical, but maybe there's some energy there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to move your ankle around in clockwise circles,
Okay,
and I'm doing the same to help you clear that energy. That there's something that's meant to
thank you.
be alleviated there. Maybe some heaviness of in your foot, like you can't move, like or you feel like you can't move, or that your feet are heavy.
No, I'm just kind of
It's just,
sit funny right now. Maybe that's why. But usually, my legs are fine.
but in the spiritual, there's like some energy there, that some heaviness that doesn't let you move
Do I have?
like you want to,
Mm.
or that things are moving slow, or that you're moving slow. What I'm getting is that like there's like an ankle weight on your leg, and
Ah,
you want to run, but it's weighing you down.
it could it be like
So
some attached spirit?
just let it go. Just imagine taking that weight off and putting it in the trash, and move your foot around.
What about now?
It's better. It's better.
Wow, thank you so much.
I'm also getting the color yellow for you, like a mustardy yellow,
What does it mean?
like a sunshine, like a very pretty yellow.
That's my color.
Yeah,
What does it mean?
rebirth,
Rebirth.
rebirth
Rebirth of what?
of remembering.
Ah, okay. And what color is Susie?
She's like a neutral brown, like a tan,
What this color means?
like grounding and grounding.
Is this color of it's like our color that is like changing depending on our energy level, or this is color like our main color of our, I don't know, like soul evolution, like something like that.
It's a snapshot,
Snaps.
meaning it's kind of like a photo. You know, you're moving all day, but the photo takes a picture of
So
what you
it's
look like
our
right
current state, right?
now.
That's what it is. I see. Okay. That was fascinating. Thank you so much.
This brown is like earth,
Yes.
and it's meant to like envelop or surround,
Mm-hmm.
surround seeds,
I see.
like,
Give nutrition to the seeds.
yeah, like new beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
like with children, but ideas,
Mm-hmm.
all the things that need nurturing
Okay, Susie, is there anything else or are we complete?
and complete.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, grandmother of Susie. Thank you for everything. For Susie and for myself. For myself. Very grateful.
She says that grandmas love to give. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not her grandchild. Like,
Yeah.
she still
Oh,
loves you just the
I
same.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Says that you can be her grandma too,
Oh,
or she
okay.
can be your grandma too.
Oh, okay. I love that. Um, okay, just thank you for being with us today. Continue your journey, and thank you for your love and presence. Um, okay, Susie. So we did scanning already, and Grandma gave you energy. So we can go to the beach right now.
Oh man, it's really bright.
Wow. Okay, I love your grandma. Such a wonderful, you know.
It's fun. She's fun.
When did she passed on?
2011, 2012?
Mhm.
No, 2009. 11 years ago?
11 years ago. Yeah, she's very special and funny.
Yeah. She's funny. I think my dad gets her sense of humor. Just,
Yeah, but interesting information. I like read a lot about this, but also it's kind of like the same kind of information gets like reinforced. Like, yeah, it's like that. It's interesting.
right. Yeah. It's so interesting, huh? Like, we already know, but we don't trust it because we doubt it. And we're like, is it true? Is it true? And then it turns out it is. But
It's a good session. Interesting.
yeah. Thanks again. This is so much fun.